Brother Teacher here. The question of this day is, should you be allowed to have your wife's account password to her personal accounts? And should she be allowed to have your personal account passwords? I say no. I'm glad you asked why. First of all, let's look at it like this. You can have a joint account that affects both of you directly, such as a bill payment account, bank account, where you both go into to pay the car note, the house note, rent, cell phone bills, and so on and so forth. Whatever you deem it necessary to come out of that particular joint account. That's one thing. But your wife, your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend has the right to have their own account, their account privately, and you have nothing to do with that account. As long as your main or principal bills are being taken care of out of the joint account, what the husband has, the wife has, the boyfriend, the girlfriend has, is theirs. Does that make sense? It's only fair. So now, getting to why you should have access to only your account, and it's not necessary for you to have your spouse's account information. Can we say privacy? You have the right, ladies and gentlemen, to privacy, a certain amount of privacy afforded to you. You deserve to have some form of privacy in your life, even within your relationship. Now, I know traditionally, I know over many decades, I've seen people say, well, he should not be hiding anything from me. She should not be hiding anything from me. Well, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship, period, if you think the other person is hiding something from you. Whatever happened, again, to privacy? I mean, when you go to the bathroom to use it, to mictuate or urinate or have a bowel movement, do you want your spouse standing in there observing you while you use the bathroom? Don't they deserve to have privacy? When you ladies are having your menstrual cycle and you're taking care of your hygiene in the bathroom, do you want your man standing in there as you're taking care of your hygiene? Do you get my point? So at some point, we do have the right and should reserve the right to some form of privacy. Your partner does not have to know every little intimate thing about you, because it's none of their business, as long as it does not affect you in a negative or derogative way. That's it, really. So, if I have a password to my private account and my wife says, can I have the password? I would ask you why. Why do you want my password? And if she says, what are you trying to hide? There's a problem there already. And the same is true conversely. If I see that my wife has a private account, or even her cell phone, hey, what's the password to your cell phone? Why do you want to know the password to my cell phone? You have your own cell phone. Do you see what I'm saying? So if my wife has a password to her cell phone even, and I have a password to mine, I don't need to be going in your phone in the first place. And she doesn't need to be going into my phone. It is my personal phone. Just like I have a laptop, it's my personal laptop. That's why it's called a PC. Private or personal computer. That's what it stands for. Personal computer, not family computer. If you want a family computer, then you should get a family computer. But everything that is specifically for you should be your own. And no one should have the password where they're searching your files, going to all of the sites, seeing where you've been, unless it's a child that you're checking up on. But adults are adults. So, again, in my sort of conclusion here, if you have a spouse and that spouse has a cell phone, let's say it's your woman or your man, it's like, why do you want me getting your phone? Why do you need to be in my phone? Can you answer that question directly, why you need my phone? But I want to back up here real quick. I said that they should not, neither of the partners should have one another's personal information to their own private accounts, be it bank, financial institution, or even cell phones and computers. But someone might say, well, brother teacher, what would happen if the other person got deathly ill or even passed away? What do you say then? Well, those lawful/legal things should already be set in place. A will, if you will, stating that in the event that one or the other person passes away, or they're deathly ill, or they're incapacitated, my partner does indeed have my consent to access my account, and here's the account information here. That should be done lawfully. But only in that situation, that extenuating situation. But as long as we're both living and breathing, you have no right to any of my account information. That's my private account information, and nor should I even want or desire to have any information to yours. This is me. If my wife has a password on her phone, I could care less. Why do you have a password on your phone? You must be hiding something. I must be insecure in myself to even think like that. And if she feels the same way, why do you have a password on your account? You must be trying to hide something. She's insecure. So the reason that I have a password on my cell phone is simply this: security. Number one, if I were to lose my phone, whoever picks the phone up that might be dishonest can't easily access my information. That's one. That's really the key one. And number two, the person can't change my information. If it's a child that goes into my phone, if I have my phone sitting around the house or sitting at a restaurant and somebody picks it up, they can't change any information that's already in my phone that I may need. Okay? Those two kind of related. For that reason, simply. But to have someone just arbitrarily come up to my phone inside the house and, it's laying on the table, the nightstand or whatever, and just start going in there and playing games and doing other things on my phone, they have no right to do that. If my child wants to play a game on my phone, my little one or my grandchild, I'll give you access to the phone and I'll show you what you can play on there if there's anything for you to play on my phone. But I don't want viruses. I don't want to have all of this stuff using up my data on my phone. You should get a phone for that child, or a toy that's similar to a cell phone if you have a small child like that. There are so many different ways around this situation. But again, I know it sounds a bit redundant. Should you have your partner's account information to their private account? No. Should they have yours? No. It's yours. That's why it's called private. That's why it's called personal. You have the right to a certain amount of privacy. If my wife is taking care of her hygiene or she's on her menstrual cycle, I'm not going to be standing in the bathroom watching her. Why? Because she should have that respect so that she can have privacy to take care of that. If I'm using the bathroom, my wife doesn't need to be standing there watching me use the bathroom. I deserve a certain amount of privacy. If I'm writing a note to a relative, my wife doesn't need to be veering over and say, what are you writing? Unless I want to share that with her. I have a right to privacy, and so does she. That's the way you look at it. So if you don't agree with this, you are entitled to your viewpoint, and so am I to mine. But you know what? What I'm saying is actually true. You can say, brother teacher, it's your opinion. No, it's not. It's not my opinion. Not if you look at it through the right lenses. This is Brother Teacher. What do you think?